Om. Om.
ॐ शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः।
Bhagavad Gita, Shankara Bhasya, chapter 18, after the verse 66, Upasamhara Bhashya. The concluding commentary continues. Now here is a contrary view, Purapaksha, who says that Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, knowledge of oneself is not necessary to gain moksha. Because earlier it was established, by knowledge only liberation, moksha can be gained. And not by karma, neither by karma, nor by together practice of knowledge and karma. To this he objects. No, we don't need knowledge at all. How? Here's what a scheme. Before proceeding, few of these Purapakshas may not be of that practical use to us today, because we never think in depth of those. But earlier times, there are such people. So Bhashyakara, as a person who establishes the truth, has to answer them and proceed. Has to make them understand how they are wrong, so that they can take to the right means of gaining Atma Jnana. But we also know how they think, etc. So it becomes difficult for us because our Sanskrit is not that good. That's all. Otherwise, there is nothing much in that. This person has a scheme. What he says, look, if Nitya Karma is not done, what happens? Pratyavaya dosha comes. It is an offense. It incurs sin. It gives adverse result. So you have to do the Nitya Karma. Then how do you get moksha? You will have in the future birth? No. He's got a scheme. What is it? He says, you should do Nitya Karma. You should not do Pratishidha Karma. You are not supposed to take to any prohibited actions. Number 2, Then avoid ishta karma. Karmas means karmas done to fulfill one desire, give them up. They also will give future birth. They are given up. And therefore, the prarabdha which has gone into the manifestation of this present body of mine will get exhausted. And when this body drops off, no future birth, because there is no momentum. Nitya karma avoids pratyavaya. Prasiddha, prohibited karmas are not done. Kamya karmas are not done. So therefore, and then if you ask, look, he has got raga dveshas, lot of them. He likes this, he doesn't like this. Certainly is going to do karma. No, you should not take to raga dvesha. You should avoid raga. They are not possible, but he thinks you should avoid raga dvesha. Then he is asked, told, my dear sir, past sanchita karma is there. You are talking of future one. But what about the past accumulated result of action, which has got the capacity to give you endless crores of births? What are you going to do about that? He said, no. That nitya karma is there, no? For that some exertion is there. Some pain has to be taken to. Some sorrow is involved. All those account for sanchita karma. Means the result of entire sanchita karma is nullified by the sorrows, pain, exertion that one undergoes for the performance of nitya karma. Clean slate, moksha, all imagination. Therefore, Atma Jnana, not necessary to say Kaivalya is ayatna siddham. Without yatna, without any effort to, it is gain knowledge, you can gain moksha. For which they look. What you said is not correct. Because there are many Shruti quotations. What you said is not even nowhere in the Shruti. It is nowhere in the Vedas, nowhere in the Smriti also. Just your imagination. On the contrary, in the Shruti, it is very clearly said that by Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, only one can gain liberation. And also not only that, like this Shvetashvara categorically told, without Atma Jnana, moksha is not possible. If a person succeeds in covering the sky, space, like the skin covers our body, then without gaining Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana, one can gain moksha. So therefore it is what it means, next to impossible to gain moksha without liberation. One more thing. You gave a detailed plan according to you. It is not correct, but still according to you, you gave a detailed plan to nullify all the factors which can give rise to future birth only in the case of papa. Whatever the means that are given are meant only to plug the future papa. And therefore you claim that no rebirth. But the fact is, Punya also gives future births. What about this? This Punya will give many births. Samsara continues. Liberation is not there. So that aspect is now brought to the notice of the Purvapaksha. Yatha purvopatanam duritanam anarabdha phalanam sambhava tatha punyanam api anarabdha phalanam syat sambhava. We've seen this just as you were talking about sambhava, existence of past papa, which give rise to birth. Like that, there are many punyas which are the sanchita, which have not started at arabdha karma, which have not yet begun to yield the result. They are there in store, punyas. Their existence is there. What are you going to do about that? They will give judgment. So therefore, continue. Tesham.
तेषां च देहान्तरम् अकृत्वा क्षयानुपपत्तौ मोक्षानुपपत्तिः.
Tesham punyanam. Dehantaram akritva. Without producing future bodies, other bodies, akritva. Kshayanupattau. Kshaya, the destruction, ending. Anupattau, when it is not possible, means those punyas cannot get ended without giving rise to future births. And therefore what? Mokshampatti. The moksha that you envisaged in your earlier plan, Anupati is not possible. Your plan has failed. One more reason. Continue.
धर्माधर्म हेतूनां च रागद्वेषमोहानाम् अन्यत्र आत्मज्ञानात् उच्छेदानुपपत्ते धर्माधर्मोच्छेदानुपपत्तिः.
See, all your scheme is to nullify the possible papa punya from different standpoints. And you claim there is no momentum in terms of karma phalas, whether papa or punya according to you, and therefore no birth. But you also told that raga dveshas are there now. They should not be entertained. Here you have gone wrong. How come? Raga dveshas cannot get ended except in Atmajnana. Says, dharma dharma hetunam cha raga dvesha mohana. These, what are they? Raga, asakti, preeti, likes. Dvesha, hatred, aversion. Moha, ignorance, which otherwise give rise to future birth. These Atmajnanat anyatra. Without Atmajnana, Uchchedanupatti. Because they cannot be destroyed. It's Uchcheda. Its destruction is not possible without Atmajnana. And when Raga, Dvesha, Moha cannot be ended without Atmajnana. What does it mean? They will prompt the individual to take to karmas, either dharma or adharma, either right or wrong, whereby papa punya are bound to get generated to give future birth. Your plan has failed. Dharma dharmo chedanpati. Anupati, no possibility, impossibility of dharma dharma. Dharma dharma can be punya papa or vihita nishiddha, enjoined or prohibited. Its total ending is just not possible. So long as raga, dvesha, moha are destroyed by Atmajnana. One more thing, you take things for granted. All scheme you are given by taking for granted, nitya karmas have no result, which is not correct, sir. Continue.
नित्यानां च कर्मणां पुण्यलोकफलश्रुतेः वर्णाः आश्रमाः च स्वकर्मनिष्ठाः इत्यादि स्मृतेः च कर्मक्षयानुपपत्तिः
Nityanam cha karmana. Nitya karmas. Punya loka phalashrute. There is Shruti, a positive statement by the Vedas that Nitya karmas give rise to heavens called as, namely, Karmana Pitruloka. Karmana Pitruloka. By performance of Nitya Karma, one gains Pitruloka. Pitruloka. For which another Shruti is given. Punyaloka Phalashruti. This Phalashruti is there in the Vedas. And not only that, Varnaha Ashramascha Swakarmanishtaha. This is from Apastamba Smriti. 2, 2, 2, 3. Which words? Varnaha Ashramascha Swakarmanishtaha. It continues. Pretya Karma Phalam Anubhuya Tataha Sheshena Vishishta Jatyadi Bhajaha Janma Pratipadyanti Iti. In fact, this entire quotation was already quoted by Bhashyakara in the Bhashya of verse 45 of this chapter 18 only. You have seen that. These people, who are they? Who observe the norms of the Vedas in terms of Varnashrama system and take to their Swakarmanishta, meticulously perform their Nitya Karma. These people, what happens to them? Pretya, after death, Karma Phalam Anubhuya, having experienced the result of their actions which have to punya, because Nitya Karma, Vihita Karma, means having experienced the heavens according to their karma. Tataha, thereafter, Sheshena, on account of remaining results of action, Vishishta Jatyadi Bhajaha Janma Pratipadyate. They take to the future birth embodiment within specific species, etc., according to their karma phala. So this shows that nitya karmas do have karma phala, and you assume they are not. Then your plan is wrong. Ityadi smriteshya. On the account of such smritis, karmana pitruloka and this, etc. Karma kshayanupatti. Nitya karma, you are talking of nitya karma, nitya karma. It's bound to generate karma, and moksha is not possible. Further, read.
ये तु आहुः नित्यानि कर्माणि दुःख रूपत्वात् पूर्वकृत दुरित कर्मणां फलम् एव.
See, ye to ahu, those people who say, of course, the restatement of what he has already told. What they say, dukha rupatvat pura durita karmanam phalam eva. See, what they say, nityani karmani. Nitya karmas, see, he has told this. So what is that? Nityani karmani. The nitya karmas, what they dukha rupatva means performance of nitya karma being something which is always accompanied by sorrow, pain, exertions in their very performance. Being so, dukkha rupatva, the nature itself is what? Sorrow. Therefore, what you said, what you are saying is, they are nitya karma themselves are purva krita durita karmanam phalam eva. They are actually the results of past sinful actions. Means he equates performance of nitya karma to the bhoga, karma phala bhoga of past sins, which is wrong. Because performance of nitya karma is because of vidhi, scriptural injunction should be done. So it comes under the category of what? Purusharth, self-effort. But whereas he is connecting the past sinful actions, the bhoga of which has resulted in nitya karma, which gives rise to pain, etc. Therefore, because they are of the nature of pain, purva krita durita means papa. The papa that was done earlier, karmanam, the result of sinful karmas, actions done in the past life, phalameva, they are nothing but the result and not other one. What is that? Not other one. Continue.
न तु तेषां स्वरूप व्यतिरेकेण अन्यत् फलः अस्ति।
नतु, whereas तेषां स्वरूप व्यतिरेकेण अन्यत् फलं न tu asti. As far as, according to this person, Purapakshi, as far as nitya karmas are concerned, other than the exertion, the sorrow that give in their performance, they have no separate other result. It's forgotten. The Smriti is quoted by us. Smriti and Smriti is quoted by us. Anyat phalam asti. Why? Because ashrutatva, that nitya karma have no separate result, because such results are not told in the Shruti. Whereas we have already pointed out karmana, pitta, doga, etc., etc. But because he is referring to the earlier statement, therefore he is restating to dismiss it further. So what you said like this, that the nitya karma have no other result than the pain that one gets involved in their performance, because in Shruti it is not specifically mentioned anywhere these are the results of nitya karma. That is what he explanation he gives. Again, this is Purapakshi. See, nitya karmas are told by Shruti. Why? To give this individual a style of living. When it is said in Ishavasya, kurvanneveha karmani jijivishet shatagam sama. Ishavasvidam sarvam yat kim cha jagatyam jagat. So that is, see that everything in the creation is what? Enveloped by Ishvara. If Magrudha Kasyasadvanam, don't covet anyone's wealth. That is, Ishavasvidam sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat. Tena tektena bhunjitaha Magrudha Kasyasadvanam. Everything is what? Ishvara Swarupa. Visualize that, that is truth. Tena tektena. Thereby what? You are all hankering for this and that. Give them up. Enjoy that. Everything is Ishvara. Magrudha Kasyasid. Don't covet anyone's wealth. Some commentator said this. Don't covet anyone's wealth means what? Not necessarily grabbing someone's wealth. It means in this creation, don't utilize the resources of necessities more than what you indispensably need for your survival. You have the right to get from this world whatever you want for your survival's sake. Not more than that. You can't claim, I have earned it. It is mine. No, sir. It is public property. It is Ishvara's property, meant for all. You have a right to take how much you need, not to cater to your greed. I think Mahatma Gandhi said, this world has got, or Swami Vivekananda said, enough to cater the need of all, but not enough to cater the greed of even one. Greed has no limit. So, ma gridha kasyasisam. More than what you need belongs to others, not you. Don't covet it. It's a good explanation. So, if you are incapable of living this life, of seeing everything as Ishvara Sarupa, taking minimum things that you need for your survival, if you are not able to live up to that, kurvanneveha karmani jijivishet sargam sama. Aspire to live 100 years means what? Your full lifespan by performing the karmas told in the Vedas. So therefore, this Purapakshi embarks on this Isha quotation to say that, sir, these are the Nitya karmas, is a way of living told by the Vedas, not for earning punya, etc., to get loka. That's what he means. Jivanadi nimitte cha nityana vidhanatiti. According to him, the Nitya karmas are recommended by Shruti to give vidhana, a mode of living in this world. That restatement of earlier Purapaksha is over. Now the answer starts by Siddhanti. Read na.
No. अप्रवृत्तानां फलदाना संभवात् दुःख फल विशेषानुपपत्तिः च स्यात्.
Sir, what you said is wrong. This is a Sangraha Vakya. Na apravrittanam faladana sambhava dukkha phala vishesham pattischa syat. Say no. What is it? Apravrittanam. When you have taken this embodiment, the karma phalas, which are not pravritta, means which are not arabdha, which have not started yielding their results, namely sanchita karma. Pravritta karmas are what? Sanchita karma. The accumulated past results of action, which has not yet started yielding their result, which are in store in your account. So that is Sanchitana. Faladana Sambhava. In this life, this Sanchita giving rise to Phala, because it's connecting the result of Sanchita, the exertion or pain on account of Nitya Karma. My dear sir, when an embodiment is taken, new embodiment is taken, only its Prarabdha karma gives result, not Sanchita karma. And you are telling me what? That is the pain, etc. of Nitya karma is the result of past Sanchita. My dear sir, they have not started giving results. Faladanasya sambhava. It is impossible for them to start giving results in this embodiment wherein they have not begun their result. Therefore, dukkha phala vishesham pattistasya. dukkha phala vishesha, that specific sorrows, etc., on account of performance of nitya karma, connecting to sanchita as its as the result of sanchita is not possible because they have not started resulting giving result. When they have not started giving result, that's sanchita karma. How are you connecting the pain, etc., in what is performed nitya karma to their result? You can't. They have not started. This is what it is. This statement is now explained. Continue.
यदुक्तं पूर्वजन्मकृत दुरितानां कर्मणां फलं नित्यकर्मानुष्ठानायास दुःखं भुज्यते इति तत् असत्.
Yaduktam. Whatever you, Purvapakshi, has said, what is that? Purva Janma Krita Duritanam Karmanam Phalam. The result of sins, bad result of bad karma, that is papa, of earlier life. Its result is what? Nitya karma anusthana ayasa dukkham bhujyate iti. That is, its result, bhujyate, is experience in terms of ayasa, dukkha, sorrow, exertion in performance of nitya karma. Whatever you have stated is what? Tat asat. Sir, it is wrong. Why it is wrong? Listen, continue.
नहि मरणकाले फलदानाय अनङ्कुरीभूतस्य कर्मणः फलम् अन्यकर्मारब्धे जन्मनि उपभुज्यते इति उपपत्तिः.
See, this is the fact. What is it? Take Advaya. Maranakale Paladanaya Anankuri Bhutasya Karmana Palam Anya Karmarabde Janmani Upabhujyate iti Upapattihi Nahi. Such upapatti, such reasoning cannot be given. What is it? Marana kale paladanaya anankuri bhutasya karmana phala. The results of those karmas which have not sprouted, in the sense, which have not begun its result at the time of the death of earlier embodiment. The jiva has taken this embodiment after the death of the earlier embodiment. Whatever it may be, we don't know. We did not bother about that. At that, what happens? From his total sanchita, from his entire accumulated results of action, papa and punya, specific karmas give rise to phala. They are called prarabdha karma. And these specific karmas, which are on the verge of giving result of karma, in the present embodiment, are such that they are different from the remaining sanchita, which has not yet started its course of result. Means, from the total sanchita, some karmas, as per law of Ishvara, have set their result in terms of this present embodiment, the remaining Sanchita is intact without starting its result. Means the bhoga, the experiences that the individual undergoes in this embodiment are only from its prarabdha karma at the time of death of earlier embodiment. So, Maranakali, at the time of the death of earlier embodiment, Phaladhanaya Anankuri Bhutas. Phaladhanaya, to give the bhoga, results of action, Anankuri Bhutasya. Na Ankuri Bhutasya, literally, which are not sprouted means Anarabdhasya. The karma phalas which are not sprouted means the karma phalas which have not started the results of action, that is Anarabdhasya, means Sanchitasya, accumulated result. Karmanaha phalam, result. Anya karma arabdhe janmani upabhujate. Upabhujate is experience in the where janma, which is the result of karma phala other than them. Why other than them? This is prarabdha. They are anarabdha. These are begun, they are not begun. Distinct from them. So upajati iti upapatti nahi. Such arguments doesn't hold good. You are connecting which is irrelevant. How do you say so? My dear sir, if this is not the case, you will land in absurdity, which is not possible. You only can verify. What is it? Continue, anyatha.
अन्यथा स्वर्ग फलोपभोगाय अग्निहोत्रादि कर्मारब्धे जन्मनि नरक कर्म फल भोगानुपपत्ति न स्यात्.
Now tell me, sir, you are a Vaidika, is it not? You follow Vedas. And you also know what one gets Swarga as a result of karma phalas, maybe nitya karma, etc., etc. And in Swarga, what happens? Your punya prarabdha at the time of death of this your present embodiment, certain punyas of yours have fructified to give heavens. And there in heavens, what you do? You have the bhoga, experience of joy, happiness, sukha. Is it not? But mind you, if we ransack your account, Sanchita, there are many such karmas which take you to hell. But now, the karma phalas which takes you to heaven have fructified. Have you ever come across the person who has gone to heaven to enjoy, suddenly he had the suffering of the hell there in the heaven? Is it? No. Strict customs. No entry for the hellish sorrows. After this bhoga is over, you take this thing, you may take the hellish embodiment. But the papa phalas, the sins in your account, laying in the sanchita, not begun karma, cannot yield their results, sorrowful result in this birth where punyas have fructified. You have to agree this, and he does agree. Therefore, how do you say that in the birth which is the result of certain prarabdha karma, suddenly the not begun sanchita karma have started giving result, and because of which you are relating their result with the nitya karma phala ayasa. Wrong. So anyatha, otherwise. Swarga falopabhogaya agnihotradi karmarabde janmani. Janmani, in the birth, such as that of devatas, etc., or denizens of heaven, in the heaven, which are on account of your punya accrued by Agnihotra Adi karma, Nitya karma. In those janmas, births, Naraka karma phala bhoganpati, that experience of karmas which give rise to hell and hellish sorrows is not possible. Means simply this much. In a given birth, which is the result of specific prarabdha karma, already begun karma, the results of other karmas not begun, namely sanchita accumulated, is not possible. Means certain karmas which are given a specific embodiment will give only those bhogas that are given by the already begun karmas. Others are in await. They are waiting. When? After the end of this birth, a suitable time. We can't say immediately. It has its own period. At an appropriate time. Further now. Read another Sangraha Vakya. Tasya.
तस्य दुरित दुःख विशेष फलत्वानुपपत्तेः च
Tasya. What is Tasya? Tasya means Nitya karmanushthanaya safalasya. Dukkhasya. Nitya karmanushthanayasa dukkhasya. The dukkha, sorrow produced by the performance of nitya karma, ayasa, exertion, effort of performance of nitya karma, which gives rise to certain sorrows. That tasya durita dukkha vishesha padatvanupatti. Connecting it to the result of durita karma, sanchita papa. Specific one. See, here you have to keep in mind, just as punyas give rise to heaven, etc., which gives a bhoga, experience of joy, but there are different types of heavens. There are different types of bhogas, experiences, which are governed by different types of punya. Different types of yajnakas are there, which give rise different types of heavens. Likewise, different types of sins give rise to different types of sorrows. A sorrow born of insult is different from a sorrow born of acute hunger and the person is not able to get the food. Right, Isabel? And how come you are connecting the result of durita varieties to one phala, nitya karma ayasa? Which logic it is? See, therefore, tasya. Tasya means the nitya karmanusthana ayasa dukkhasya. Of the dukkha, which is nitya karmanusthana, vishesha phalatva anupatti. Anupatti is not possible to happen to be a vishesha phalatva, the result of specific result of performance of nitya karma is not possible. This is sangraha vakya, means this explained now how different types of duritas give rise to different types of sorrows. You can't equate them at one this thing what stretch to some sorrows born of nitya karma. They can't be connected to durita. It is now being explained. Continue.
अनेकेषु हि दुरितेषु संभवत्सु भिन्न दुःख साधन फलेषु नित्य कर्मानुष्ठानायास दुःख मात्र फलेषु कल्प्यमानेषु द्वंद्व रोगादि बाधा निमित्तं न हि शक्यते कल्पयितुम्.
Is अनेकेषु हि भिन्न दुःख साधन फलेषु दुरितेषु संभवत्सु नित्य कर्मानुष्ठानायास दुःख मात्र फलेषु कल्प्यमानेषु द्वंद्व रागादि रोग not raga रोग द्वंद्व रोगादि बाधा निमित्तम नहीं शक्यते कल्पयितुम. Well, this is the fact. What is it? अनेकेषु हि भिन्न दुःख साधन फलेषु दुरितेषु संभवत्सु. संभवत्सु, when it is possible. What is possible? When there being varieties of duritas, varieties of past sins. What type of they are? Bhinna dukkha sadhana phaleshu anekeshu, which have capacity to give varieties of sorrows with their varieties of means causes. Means these varieties of past sins give rise to varieties of sorrows caused by varieties of causes. Potentiality where? In that durita. This is the nature of durita. This being so, bhinna dukkha sadhana phaleshu. Different types of means of giving sorrow and its result, phala, sorrow. This being so, sambhava, so when it is possible, or when that is the case, Nitya karmanushtayasa dukkha matra paleshu. Kalpemanu. You are imagining that all those varieties of sorrows and call are what? Accounted in the sorrow arising out of the performance of Nitya Karma. Which logic it is? Nitya Karmanusthana Ayasa exertion, Dukkha Palamatreshu, Kalpemaneshu. If imagined, so imagined, then what will happen? This is not possible. What is not possible? Dvandva means Shitaushna, pairs opposite. Heat, cold, this honor, dishonor, hunger, thirst, then roga. See, sorrow on account of heat, cold, honor, dishonor is different from the sorrow arising from diseases. Dvandva rogadi badha nimittam. Badhanam animittam. Means everything is on account of what? Nitya karma phalayasa and Shitoshna, pairs of opposite, disease, etc. They give out a specific result. No, they are not there. They are not the causes. That is, badhanam animittam. They no more happen to be the causes of sorrows to kalpaitum, to imagine so. Nai shakyate kalpaitum. You cannot imagine. When in life, pairs of opposites such as heat, cold, honor, dishonor, giving us varieties of sorrows and also joy also. Okay, disease, etc., giving different types of sorrows, etc. Without taking into account these causes at one flat rate, all sorrows are on account of ayasa, exertion of performance nitya karma. You say, kalpaitum na shakyam. Cannot imagine. You are imagining something wrong. For example, how you cannot imagine so, an example is given. Continue.
नित्य कर्मानुष्ठानायास दुःखम एव पूर्वकृत दुरित फलम न शिरसा पाषाण वहनादि दुःखम इति.
It is afterwards, you have to make a adhyara there. Na shakyate kalpaitum. Make adhyara there. Na shakyate kalpaitum. Sir, you can't imagine like this. What is it? Nitya karmanushthanayasa dukkham eva. See, when you have taken an embodiment, prarabdha started, there are varieties of past sins giving rise to varieties of sorrows. Varieties of past sorrows give rise to varieties of causes giving rise to varieties of sorrows. This is a fact. And you are all imagining in one flat rate. All of them are accounted in where? In the ayasa, dukkha of nitya karma. The sorrows arising out of the performance of nitya karma. Is wrong. Nitya karmanushthanayas dukkham eva. Only the ayasa exertion gives rise to sorrow on account of performance of nitya karma. Only that one, purva kruta durita phala, is a phala result of durita past of the durita sin of past lives. Purva kruta done in past earlier life. Dukkha is a sorrow, a result in terms of sorrow. Phalam means all sins of the past give rise to this sorrow only, and not this way. No shirasa pashana vanadi dukkham. Suppose you are a laborer and you have to lift heavy stones and put in the truck and unload and load. That sorrow is on account of carrying the heavy load. You can't say because of nitya ayasa karma. So therefore, shirasa pashana vanadi, like the dukkha arising arising from carrying heavy stones on the head, etc. Means such many varieties of the actions which cause sorrow. Adi dukkham iti. Not on account of this, we have got very obvious causes, all because of nitya karma, ayasa. You can't imagine sir like that. Further, he says, he will give rise to other things. You are talking which is out of context. Our context is one thing, and you are talking some other context. How? We'll see. That is in next class. Please note that tomorrow morning, Sunday morning, the class is not there. Tomorrow morning at 7:20 a.m., the Sunday morning class is not there, but we'll meet tomorrow evening 5:30 p.m. Please note that. Om.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ